Hi, it's Asia again. Today I'm going to be reviewing a book called Dear Martin by Nic Stone. And so, part of the description of this book says Justice McAllister's top of his class at Brasselton Prep, captain of the debate team, and set for an Ivy League school next year. But none of that matters to the police officer who just put him in handcuffs. And so I think that that part is just kind of highlighting that I don't want to stereotype all police officers, but sometimes they can make these huge assumptions, especially within the African American community, that something is going wrong. And so I thought this was a great book to review since it's Black History Month. And so I think this is a really good book. I think that everyone should read it because it has a lot of points that people really need to be aware of. Some people have no idea are even happening because it's never happened to them or to anyone they know, anyone that's like related to them or in the same ethnicity group as them. And so they don't actually know what it's like. So basically, I think that this is a really good book because parts of it have bits like police officers and people who just make these assumptions, and then that could end up in somebody being dead, arrested, or very hurt. And so, like, in one of the parts of the book, this is like really sad because Justice is in the car with his friend Manny, and they're driving, and they have this CD playing, and there's this other guy who's in a different car, like a few yards, I guess, behind them, and so he's just like yelling at them, telling them to turn the music down. And so Manny thought that was really rude, so he just like rolled the windows down more. And then out of nowhere, the guy who's telling them to turn the music down, he just shot at them. So Justice was shot, Manny was killed. So just thinking about that, it's really sad because that's what's actually happening sometimes. And I think that people need to be brought to the awareness that things like that can happen and they will happen unless people actually stand up to it. And so I think that's just one of the really sad parts of the book that I think everyone should be actually reading so they know that it's happening, know what happened, know what will happen if nobody does anything about it. And so after that, Manny has a funeral, and at the funeral, people are just like really sad because Manny was a really good kid. He was smart and everything. And Manny had these friends that Justice didn't really like, but they kind of came together in the end because like they were both grieving the loss of Manny. And so kind of like started grieving together. Another part of this book, there's this Halloween party that they're going to, and so they decide to just bust five different people from like five different ethnicities, groups, races, and everything. And so one of the people decides to be go as a KKK member, and Justice and Manny, they don't. This is before Manny was shot. Justice and Manny, they don't really like that because they're kind of uncomfortable doing it, but they still go anyway. And so then when they get to this party, there are these three people that a they have a one of them has a gun under their shirt, and so they're going there, and then they got really annoyed that he dressed up as a KKK member, and so they kind of like chased them out. So that's another part. So even if it's just as a joke or anything, it's still people need to be aware of what it could be making other people feel. Just doing what they do can how it can impact other people because like it's just not really that always that fair. And so that's pretty much what I want to say about this book. I think it's a great read. Again, it's called Dear Martin by Nic Stone. I think that everyone 10 and up should read it. And yeah, please leave comments down below and subscribe to the channel.